Hi everyone, good evening ladies and gentlemen, to my Filipino kababayans, wherever you are, in whatever part of the world you are in. Binabati ko po kayo na sana po at maayos kayo yan at nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan, of course, and wag po kayo magkakasakit, okay? So this would just be very short. I've been out for like a week on some issues, right? Okay, but we will just move forward and be positive of things. I won't be discussing anymore what had happened in the previous week or two. Okay, so well, just to give you what's happening to me lately. Well, I've been doing some kind of food blogs, which I love food, and that's part of my original plan, to do food blogs and tour and what's that, travel vlogs very soon, and very soon. That's part of my original plan, even before I started. Okay, but well, again, as I've said, this will be very short. Just to update you, with the 4th and 5th dose I had, that's my weekly doses of IVM. I never had any side effects anymore up to now. Okay, so maybe the next Saturday will be my 6th weekly dose. But the good news is I do not experience anymore anything of side effects. At any rate, especially those who have followed me from the get-go, from the time I started in last month, especially those who had followed me since like a month ago, I believe you've known what are the side effects I've experienced before, but those are very good side effects. Why? Because I just got hungry every morning, and I get sleepy every afternoon, and I sleep very early at night. I woke up very early in the next morning, very early, and but I was full of energy. I do exercise every day then, and so those are very good side effects. The only, I won't even call it negative side effects. I just had 3 to 4. Well, yeah, that's normal still. 3 or 4 the most bowel movements during my first 2 doses. But that was not also a bad thing, because it seems that I was even detoxified. I had a detox even, right? Okay, so it's not even bad side effects, but those were the only very good side effects I had. But recently, with my 4th and 5th dose, I never had any more of those. I went back to normal. Okay, that's the end of it. Speaking of the latest with the IVM in the Philippines setting, well, there's not much going around right now, for the reason that, number one, the Department of Health head, I think, is on leave. I don't know if that's true, but definitely with the head of the Philippines FDA, he's on a 1-month leave because of personal reasons. He said because of his father. Well, that I do not know for sure, but he's on leave. But the latest was like 3 weeks ago. The gallant congressman or representatives in our Congress, like Congressman Mike Defensor and Congressman Marcoleta, vowed to continue their distribution of IVM in Quezon City. That's still the latest. The Red Cross, on the other hand, asked the FDA Philippines if they would if they would be given a nod to conduct clinical trials. Okay, so that's a good thing with the Red Cross. They wanted to help in the clinical trials. Last month ago, also, the president of our country instructed the Department of Science and Technology, and I believe they were given a budget for that, to conduct a clinical trials of IVM. But likewise, a month ago, there was an announcement that they shun away from the clinical trials of IVM. But what is weirder recently that I've heard and I've watched in the news, that the Department of Health was given a budget of 150 million by the Department of Science and Technology to conduct a clinical trials of the vaccines, COVID-19 vaccines, to regarding its effect on the Filipino people. And that's actually a good study. That would be a very good clinical trials. But what is weirder to me, what is strange to me, is that how come the government would spend for that when in fact those vaccines are the responsibilities, and those clinical trials should be the responsibility of who? The big pharmas who manufactured or who made those, their respective vaccines, right? Big pharmas have big budgets. They have budget for those clinical trials, and the fact that they should be the one who would be making those clinical trials for themselves, for their vaccines. And I find it very, very weird why our government, or no, not necessarily, our Department of Health would be conducting a clinical trials for vaccines with its effect on the Filipino people. That to me is weird. Anybody who's in the pharmaceutical field or a pharmaceutical person, if you know the pros and cons of pharma, or the strength of pharma, it should be the big pharma who made the vaccines should be doing these clinical trials as part of the four phases of their study. It's even sometimes it's even 5 phases of the development of vaccine or a drug, for that matter. With that, this is all for now as an update to all of you, and to my kababayans Filipino, wherever you are. Again, this is Richard Solomon of my YouTube channel, Cha and My Narratives, the Stroke Survivor. So hang in there, everyone. I'm back, and I would just like to say, be safe every time. Still wear your safety, the safety protocols, social distancing, face mask, face shield if needed in malls, wherever it is required. So please observe still safety. Okay, so with that, as I always say, peace, God bless, and love one another, more so your families. Good night. Bye for now.